Welcome, everyone, to a special live virtual celebrity session alongside Jim Ryan. Afternoons on the Pulse. I'm Mikey Piff, weeknights on Hits One. Tonight, we are lucky enough to have Katy Perry here, who will be talking about her new album, Smile, performing some of those songs, and taking fan questions from SiriusXM subscribers all across the country.
Thank you, Katy, so much for doing this for us.
Oh my gosh, it's such a pleasure. I mean, I don't usually get to see your faces because I'm just talking to you on the phone. And Mikey, you really turned out. You lived up to all of my standards.
Whoa.
I let my hair grow just for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everyone that's watching and listening. I'm in Los Angeles and coming to you live. Excited to be with you for this event. Excited to play a few songs from the record. Still pregnant. That's forever. I feel like I'm forever going to be pregnant. So I'll just be bumping along. Don't mind me trying to sing as something presses against my lung capacity.
So yesterday, you let everybody know the somewhat disappointing news, but I want to turn it into a positive that you had to delay your album a little bit. Do you have something special planned? Are you doing another cool song that we're going to get to hear come the 20?
Well, you know, actually it came down to having all of the things that the people want ready. As we all know, there's so many variables that are happening during this time, different, factories and places that make the actual materials like the physical CDs, the incredible vinyl, which we're making so many different cool kind of collector versions.
Okay.
It just, it got a little bit slower than we wanted because of the pivots, of the unknowns, of the curveballs of 2020. And so we just didn't have it all ready as fast as we would have. And we just want to be ready for that day. But, it's only 2 weeks later. It's still in August. It's still going to be hot. It's still going to be summer. You're still going to be able to dance to these songs. And I just want the fans to be able to have in hand and not wait super long for all those materials and things that they like to treasure.
I like that. So we want to bring the fans in. Obviously,
Yes.
We have many joining us here, including Amanda Kaplan from Florida, who has a question for you.
Okay. Hello, Amanda Kaplan.
Hello.
Hello from Florida.
Hi, Katy.
Hello.
I just wanted to say I love you and thank you for your music and for putting out new music during this time. I know we've all been going through it, but Smile and Daisies has really been helping me push through. So thank you. But my question for you is, why did you choose for the new record Smile to be circus and clown themed?
Good question. The new record, the album cover is kind of this sad clown story. And it's very melancholy. It's very satirical in a way. When you look at it, it says smile, but it's not like a forced happiness situation. And this whole record kind of is a record of hopefulness and resilience and coming through a really dark time where I did land on my feet. I did find groundedness, and I did find my smile again. But I'm not ignorant to think that I won't ever have to battle, those demons that show up on your doorstep every once in a while. But I think, I've always felt a little bit like a joker, like kind of a clown or a jester, and that I like to use humor in a big way in my career and in my life. And I think that clown represented, that picture of the clown is kind of like, oh, I lost my smile. I lost my sense of playfulness a few years ago, but now I'm like getting it back and getting back on my feet again. So it's, I love a theme and I like to create a world. And hopefully when I get to bring this world to life, maybe even next year, it'll be, really fun because of this theme.
Awesome.
Thanks, Amanda, for your question.
All right. We're going to go to keeping the fan questions going. Simone in Texas. Simon in Texas.
Hello, Simon. Simon says what? Simon, are you there? Unmute, honey. This is your 185th Zoom call. Just unmute the button.
Hello.
Hi, honey.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing pretty great. Thank you. I have been a kitty cat for as long as I can remember.
Oh.
And I
We grew up
recently,
together.
have been hearing your interviews, and I
Yes.
hear that your most empowering songs come from the darkest experiences.
Yes.
What is the hardest part through the creative process of turning something dark into something so filled with so much love and light?
That's a great question, Simon. Thank you. I think the hardest part is separating how, overwhelmed and intense the feelings are, and just literally driving myself to the studio and setting my phone aside or off and writing and investigating the feelings for hours on end and being really honest and open with my co-writers. Some of them, I've written with forever, like Faraz, I got to write with on Smile. And Daisy's was a new set of people I had never worked with. So, it's like when you come into a room with strangers and then you have a therapy session and a song comes out of it. It's pretty intense. But you just kind of have to be, you have to dare to suck. You got to stay open if you want to, really reach that type of song that really strikes that chord inside of people's hearts. So I guess the hardest part is literally physically showing up and setting the BS aside to focus on the task at hand. And being honest with yourself when writing and with others.
Thank you, Simon.
Thanks, Simon.
You're listening to a virtual celebrity session with Katy Perry. I'm Mikey Piff, nights on Hits One.
Yeah.
And I'm Jim Ryan, afternoons on the Pulse. Katy, you have mentioned recently you did some, you did a Pulse house call. You took over the channel for an hour, that you were passing the time during COVID-19, becoming pretty masterful at the Legos. Is there anything else you mastered during this whole quarantine?
Crying, lots of crying. It wasn't me that became masterful with the Legos. It was Orlando, and it was Orlando's son, and my niece Stella. I became pretty masterful at stepping on some of the Legos. You know how it goes. There's always that one that goes flying that was meant to be in one room, but somehow it's, in a totally different room and you step on it. But I've just been so excited to bring my record to life and these songs and be innovative and creative. I mean, we basically, like everyone else, had to start from scratch with our plans and dreams of how we wanted to present this record. And I mean, I'm kind of always up for a challenge. I usually take the road less traveled. I feel like I kind of like it in a way. It's like maybe I was born in that challenging, feeling. So it feels familiar. So I've just been doing so much singing, so much performing, so many different little pieces of content. And I have many, many videos and interesting little things to share August 28th or
can't wait.
before.
Oh, well, that's cool. We can't wait for that. I'd like to welcome in Caitlin, who's got a question. She's from New York.
Okay, Caitlin.
Hi, Katy.
Hi, Caitlin.
I just wanted to start off by saying I've been a fan of yours for 10 years, and this is our first interaction. So I'm and it's my birthday next week. So this is like the best present ever.
Pre-birthday, or we're starting celebrating now.
So my question was, I know you said you wrote Smile when you were going through some tough times in your life. And I know I personally suffer from anxiety a lot, and a lot of people have been going.
Oh,
Caitlin, you there?
I think she froze.
Well, I'll to help Caitlin out.
Here, she's back.
Back.
Caitlin, are you there?
Caitlin.
You said you personally suffer from anxiety.
Yes, and people have been also going through rough times, especially during this pandemic. So I wanted to know what advice you have for them, or what personally helps you to see the light and write your album, which I know is going to be incredible.
Thanks. Well, I was able to write most of the record before we all went into lockdown. And it was about the past 2.5 years of coming out of that dark place, not knowing not knowing that the world would feel like it's going into its own dark place in 2020 when I was going to release it, when I am going to release it. But, you know, I think anyone that has had, you know, any struggles or challenges with depression or anxiety or what have you pre this time in the world, they're definitely struggling now. So don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to reach out to your friends. You know, don't be afraid to reach out to a therapist. I love to lean on things like transcendental meditation. I think nature like gives us oxygen, which is good for your brain, like setting your phone aside. You know, if you're able to like go outside for a walk without your phone, all that is good. I think, you know, you just have to take care of all sides of your health. Of course, your physical health is so important right now, as we all know, and your mental health as well. I think, you know, we're being challenged with unprecedented times and unprecedented ways of being human beings, because we're supposed to be connected and we're supposed to hug each other and we're supposed to hold each other and we're supposed to, you know, be communal. So this is really weird. And so just be gentle with yourself and give yourself compassion. And if you're feeling more than you usually would, just go, it's okay. This will pass at some point. Don't know when, don't have that answer. I want that answer just like you guys do. But, you know, have compassion for yourself going through a really difficult time, because everyone is going through their version of it. Some more than others. Some people are just bored, but some people are going through real life-altering events right now. So be kind.
Thank you, Kaylin. Now, you're going to sing some songs later on from the album Smile, which we're celebrating today with Katy Perry. Two songs that didn't make the album that you put out, and I'm curious why they're not on there, are Small Talk and Never Worn White, and I was wondering if there was a reason for that.
Yeah, well, I have 9 other songs that no one's yet heard that will join 4 songs, which is never really over. But I have a lot of songs and I had a lot of new ones. And I thought, you know, people want new songs more than they want familiar songs, maybe, when it comes to a body of work. Although Never Really Over feels like, you know, something you want to kickstart a record with, because it does give you a good feeling. It's like, okay, let's do this. Let's go on this ride for, you know, 40 minutes or so. But Never Worn White was a perfect song, I think, to deliver the message of my upcoming child and the message of unconditional love and how difficult sometimes it is to get to that place. And so I think I chose that song to kind of live on its own in its own kind of timestamp way. But I know that the Katy Cats or the fans that love the music, they always want new. I mean, I'll put out a record August 28th and they'll be asking me August 29th, when's KP6? And I will literally lose it.
Oh boy. All right. We're going to go to another fan question. Julia from Weberville, Michigan. Julia. Also, the only time I've ever said Weberville, Michigan. Shout out to
yes,
Weberville.
Julia.
Hi.
Thanks. Look at this. Are those balloons for me?
Yes, they're themed to your album cover.
You're so sweet. You're so cute.
I'd like to ask you, is there a song that you never released that you wish you would have, or vice versa, a song that you regret releasing?
Ooh, what a great question. A song I regret releasing. I don't regret anything. I have heard a quote that says, regrets are ghosts you'll never catch. You know, I've learned maybe some lessons by putting things out. I know the fans will love to hear this. This is something they've probably never heard and will hold against me for a long time. But I was going to put out Legendary Lovers off of Prism. And I pivoted to Unconditionally really quickly. Like, I think I was on tour. I don't remember exactly. Maybe I was on tour. I'm not sure. Anyways, there's still every once in a while some Justice for Legendary Lovers that comes up. And I'm like, maybe I should have like let that be a single and not gone straight into Unconditionally. But I forget exactly where I was, but I felt like that Unconditionally message was like the right message, after what had just come out. But there's that. And then a song that I've never put on a record. Well, there's a lot of songs that I get to place with other artists sometimes, which is great. There are a few songs that I have said no to that have been pitched to me as like, sing this song, please. And I've said, no, it's great. It's not my message, but I know it's going to be a hit for someone else. That's the funny thing. And then I hear, one of those songs on the radio all the time, but I don't go, oh, I should have done that. It's just like, whatever. I mean, that's their song now or whatever. Good for them. I'm so glad they're having success with it. I like to really stand true to my message and stay the course. Success for me is measured by, am I staying the course to my own truth, really? And the feedback that I'm hearing from you guys.
Awesome. Well, you mentioned earlier in the show, 2021, maybe tour and sharing these things. And I was wondering, to you, what does the future of touring look like next year? Is it something like the NBA where there's like a hub city and people travel to like some of the bigger cities in America and go? Is it a Las Vegas residency because you're having a baby and you want to spend as much time with your daughter? What does that look like to you?
I haven't thought about like a bubble situation. That's actually kind of interesting that you say that, the hub cities for the NBA. It's a wild kind of almost, what do they call that movie with Pauly Shore? Biodome,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a real Biodome moment. I mean, I would like to tell you that I have a set in stone plan, but I don't, because we have no idea how it's going to fare, over winter. I think things may get a little clearer in January and February. But I think we just need to get through the winter and through the election and, just keep praying. I mean, my hope would be, and not just because of the fact that I'm going to have a child and that responsibility as a mother, but my hope is to be back on some sort of stage by next year for sure. I mean, we can't keep doing these Zooms, guys. One more Zoom link and I'm just going to crack. It's true. It's like, don't send me one. I'm going to dress up as a Zoom link for Halloween. Now that's terrifying.
If people can dress up as Instagram, you can dress up as Zoom somehow.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a blue highlighted Zoom link, really long, not fit into any doors.
Okay, we're going to go to another fan question. We have Tegan from New York.
Hello, Tegan. Is that a One of the Boys baseball shirt?
Yes.
No, it's not.
It is.
That's one of my favorite merch pieces I've ever made. Yes, Tegan.
Okay,
she's an OG.
First, I just wanted to say thank you for putting out daisies, especially during like all this chaos and everything. And I'm actually a class of 2020 student. I just graduated this year. You actually reposted me on your story.
Yes,
and I wanted
your hat.
to say thank you. Yes. I wanted to say thank you for helping me through this year and continuing to release your music. You helped me a lot, and I'm really grateful.
Oh.
And my question for you is, when it's safe to do so, and when this is all over, and you get the chance to travel the world again, where is the first place you'll go or are looking forward to going to?
I mean, honestly, like, A world tour. I mean, like I'll be happy. I wasn't planning on going on a world tour, after putting out a record, but I'd love to, I'll start thinking in that way when it looks like the world is going to be back to some kind of normal at some point. But gosh, you know me, I'm such a lover of Japan. That would be amazing. But even like the USA, it feels like you got to stay kind of within a few mile radius right now, especially in California. But yeah, I think I love Japan. I'd love to go back to the UK, Australia, Brazil. I miss the adventures. I miss the contact with people. I miss all the like nooks and crannies, all of it, the culture. The world is a beautiful place, and you realize that especially when you don't get to experience its beauty as you used to.
You're listening to a virtual celebrity session with Katy Perry. Hi, I'm Mikey Piff on Hits One,
I'm Jim Ryan from The Pulse.
Yes, Jim. Yes, you are, Jim.
Hello. I do want to, since we're talking about performing, I figured I'd ask, are there any songs you're really excited for your daughter to hear, or ones that you want to sing to her?
I have the last song on my record coming out August 28th is a song called What Makes a Woman. And, it's a song about how you are going to have a tough time measuring what truly makes a woman, because women are so many things. And I like to say not one thing, not just one thing, and such chameleons and so adaptable and so malleable and transformative, and can handle the weight of the world on their backs and do it all in heels and make it look pretty effortless sometimes. And I've just experienced kind of the feeling, I feel very empowered creating a life and being a working woman whilst doing that. It's like, can you create limbs while promoting a record? Hello? And I feel good. I feel like I have a lot of energy. I feel really blessed with my body, and I have, so much love for what I do. And so What Makes a Woman will be a song that will kind of secretly be dedicated to her.
Oh, that's cool. All right. We have time for another fan question. Rebecca Nicole is here from LA.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
So I just wanted to say that I'm also a class of 2020 graduate. I graduated thank you. I graduated from a 4-year university. So I'm actually a teacher now.
Yes.
So that leads into my question. So because I'm a teacher, obviously I'm going to ask you about your little baby girl. So what makes you the most excited about having your baby girl, and what are you most fearful about?
Well, first and foremost, teachers are actual heroes. Let's not forget. I'm excited for your career. I hope that the world, is thoughtful about this time and realizing how much teachers do and handle, and how you guys should be really truly compensated and incentivized for the incredible work that you do. And we have all realized that, having kids running around. I think, I'm really excited just to have an unconditional love, and to be able to maybe, just experience life again with new eyes that she'll have. And I see that with my 3 and 6-year-old niece. Like, they are life is just the most exciting. And that is incredibly addictive. Like, it really rubs off. You're just like, you get to experience life again, because sometimes you can turn into a jaded old fart, right? And the thing I'm most fearful of, I mean, you know me, I don't even like mention fear, just like I don't mention 45. I just like, I don't give it the time of day because an out of sight, out of mind thing, the less energy you give BS, the better, you know? And I don't really have the energy to entertain it. I'm protecting, like I'm truly a little bit of a meme. I'm protecting my energy right now. And you know, I'm definitely, it's going to be interesting in 12, 13 years, what social media is like. I mean, it's the spawn of Satan now. So we'll see what it is in the future. And I'm sure there's going to have to be, you know, I'm going to have to play a little bad cop. I think I'm going to be the bad cop, truly, because I'm a little bit, I'm the 3 Fs. I'm firm, fun, but fair.
Yeah.
And Orlando's just going to be good cop all the time. I imagine.
Thank you, Rebecca, for your question. You know, Katy,
Yes.
you did mention in recent sit downs with the Morning Mashup or the Pulse Morning Show with Ron Ross that you had a few baby names picked out, but you were really waiting to see your daughter's face to make that decision. And
That's right.
Mikey and I figured, you know, okay, you like to keep secrets from them, but you could tell us, right? You could
Okay.
give us some names, maybe, some choices.
It sounds like. Oh, how about this? It's possibly could be. Well, yeah. I would say I have 3 options, and 2 of the 3 options are nouns.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's a person, place, or thing.
Have at it, internet. They're now.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's more than I've given away this whole time. So you get the exclusive to the noun.
There are tomorrow BuzzFeed listicle the nouns that could be Katy Perry's child.